It's an honor to be here. It's so nice to see so many faces and some friends, either from Dharamsala or from even earlier period when I used to live in the Bay Area before moving out, long time ago, and also some people that I've known much more recently. Thank you very much for your introduction and your kind words, and also to the president of the Tibetan community for your kind words. But you know, when I hear Tibetans thank me for some of the things that I've done for Tibet, for the Tibetan people, it's always a little difficult because yes, I may have done something useful. At the same time, it is I who am grateful, in particular to His Holiness, for the kind of guidance and example and generosity that He has given me over virtually all my life. I first communicated with Him when I was 11, and I met Him the first time when I was 17. And ever since then, I have felt that He has guided what I've done and made it possible for me to serve Him and serve the Tibetan people as best as I could, but always with His guidance. And that is what has given me the confidence to do what I did. And so it is I who am deeply thankful for having been able to live the life that I've lived in such a large part because of His Holiness. Sikyong mentioned the book that Meet and I have written on Tibet, on its history, on its political status, on its legal status, and on the duties, the obligations that countries, governments today have towards Tibet, what they should actually be doing, and under international law. And I just wanted to say this, that the book was written for the international community to read, for politicians to read, for governments to understand, but also it was always our hope that it would be for Tibetans to read and understand and feel, after having read it, feel confident about being able to speak about Tibet and Tibet's status and Tibet's rights and the right of the Tibetan people, Tibet's independent status, and the rights of the Tibetan people to choose their own destiny, with arguments that would make you feel confident in the light that most people around us don't notice. And most people have all kinds of assumptions about Tibet, having been part of China or Tibet. The issue is so old that there is really nothing you can do about it anymore. And so many misunderstandings, especially in light of the notion that China is such a big, powerful country, so what can we do? So hopefully this book can help to empower Tibetans in particular, and those who wish to support Tibetans, to be more effective and to be more confident, and to be able to respond to the challenges that you face when you do this kind of work. And so I just hope that that is something I can give back to the Tibetan community. It will be published in India next week as an Asian edition, and so I hope that Tibetans in India also will have access to it more easily. There's just one thing I'd like to say that I've said more often, and this is this. And again, it is in light of so many times that diplomats, politicians, and others, and Tibetans sometimes also, feel that there is not much hope that things can really change fundamentally for Tibet because of China's enormous economic, political, and military power. But I'm entirely convinced, because I have worked not only on Tibetan issues, but on many other similar struggles for self-determination, occupied countries around the world. And a number of those peoples have managed to regain their freedom, or to gain freedom. And in all those cases, it has happened in ways that were entirely unexpected. Things happened that were unrelated to the struggle, but because the people were ready and their leaders were ready to take the opportunity when the opportunity arose, they were able to regain their freedom. Whether it was a tsunami, literally, in Aceh, whether it was an economic crisis in Southeast Asia that led to the fall of the Indonesian government and East Timor regained its independence, whether it was in the Soviet Union, the Baltic states, that led a movement that broke up the Soviet Union for many reasons, because of the Afghan war and other things. The opportunities do come, they do arise, and in unexpected ways. But the key is that you must be prepared to do what you need to do during a very short opportunity time frame, because everything becomes normal again very quickly. So sometimes it can be a matter of months, sometimes a matter of a couple of years. But there's never much time to make the change happen. And so those that have succeeded in the past are those that have been able to take the opportunity because they were well organized and well prepared. And so that is, I think, the lesson that I have learned from work that I've done elsewhere. And the only certainty we have in life is that everything changes. And so this too will change. No empire has survived forever. Every empire, and that goes for the Chinese, present today's communist Chinese empire, will fall. Question is only when. And when it does, or when you can help it fall, will you be prepared to take the consequences and regain your freedom? So that's the thought I would like to leave with you. And again, thank you very, very much, and I hope to see you around there.
Thank you, Michael.